All right, good morning, everybody. Frankie here with some breaking serious news here. This is not good news at all, but you need to stay up to date on this, okay? Because this is a very serious situation unfolding between Russia and Ukraine, all right? Even though that you heard the last few days troops have been pulling back and stuff like that, there is strong evidence that that is not the case. They're actually adding troops, they're adding forces, and there could be an invasion at any moment, very soon, guys. So you're going to want to pay attention to this. And I'm going to take you to some news here, just aired, and it's going to put you in a little bit of a situation where you're might be panicked. But I can't stress enough that this is something that you really need to pay attention to. Here's the latest news.
Yeah, we're getting some significant breaking news in now. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is set to speak today directly to the UN Security Council. He's expected to say evidence on the ground now shows Russia is moving toward a, quote, imminent invasion of Ukraine. The U.S. calling it a crucial moment. The goal of Blinken's address, we hear, will be to convey the gravity of the situation. So, Congressman, you serve on the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence. Obviously, this is just breaking. We're getting this from the U.S. ambassador to the UN. She asked, Linda Thomas-Greenfield asked Secretary Blinken to come speak directly to the UN Security Council, calling this a, quote, imminent invasion. What's your reaction?
Well, it's about the worst news you can imagine. I'm actually getting on a plane this morning. I'm going to Munich for the security conference. A lot of us have been following this very closely. This is as serious as it gets. I hope people understand. We're talking about a World War II-style invasion of a massive land area in Central Europe. You're talking about tanks. You're talking about ballistic missiles, airstrikes, amphibious landings. I mean, if they actually go for Kiev from Belarus, you're talking about thousands of casualties, innocent people dying, huge disruptions in the world economy, and for nothing. And this is pure, naked aggression by a corrupt dictator in Moscow. And I give the president high marks for having a steel spine on this and rallying the allies and saying this is unacceptable. And we are going to make you pay a price. We are not defenseless. And we're going to do it in a way that's smart, and that's where we have the advantage. But you are going to regret doing this. But a lot of people are going to get killed, and it's going to be a disaster if he takes this decision. So God willing, there's still time to avert it.
So White House aides have indicated to me the president is being briefed on these developments as we speak. And I also want to get your reaction to this. Defense Secretary Austin is at NATO, and he just said, as we wait for the Secretary of State to talk to the UN, that they see intelligence that Russian forces are inching closer to the Ukrainian border and are stocking up on blood supplies, which, of course, is an ominous sign for potential invasion. At the 11th hour here, is there anything else diplomatically that the U.S. and its allies can do to ward this off? You know, what would you recommend?
Well, at every step of this crisis, I think the West and the U.S. and our allies in NATO have been one step ahead of Vladimir Putin in terms of disclosing that kind of information so that we take the advantage away from him. Yeah. So I think that's very important. That's a very ominous sign, by the way, because those plasma and blood supplies are perishable. Yep. And it's one of those things you look at that it's not a drill. They're doing it, and it can't be right. It can't be much longer that they leave it there. So you really worry about a sign like that.